This time I have gone ahead and closed the baby app, and I'm like double checking that I've done so. Yes, I have. So yeah, it should be just me and my audio this time. I did this whole podcast for a half an hour yesterday, and I had the baby monitor on because it was while he was sleeping, and it just took his audio, and I was just like the whole time. I think one person saw it and then I deleted it. So let's try again. I don't have my brain space with me today. I'm feeling a little frazzled, but we shall see how I do. Yesterday I was drinking a pumpkin coffee. I've already finished my coffee for the day. This is just water with blueberry. And hopefully it'll keep me hydrated and focused. That's what I need. I need focus. So, I have a couple of FOs and slight change on certain projects from yesterday till today because I worked on them. I was talking about how I've been knitting while we were watching Manifest. We finished Manifest yesterday. I actually liked the ending. My husband had a lot of plot holes that he wanted filled, but I have seen a lot of worse endings that were not as satisfactory. Yeah, like I've had a lot of things where I'm like, wait, what? Or like, no, or it's canceled and there's just nothing. So this was not, frustrating pretty much at all. I, again, forgot his popsicle sweater up in his drawer and he's sleeping and I am not going to go get it. So I realized I have no lipstick on. Let's bite my lips. I'll just, until we can, pretend we have some lipstick on. My poor nails. I need to redo them. I keep losing them. These are like the grabbing nails. I just keep breaking them off. All right. I didn't introduce myself at all. Let's try again. Hi. Welcome to Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits. My name is Meg. I will be your host. This is episode 169. You're joining me here on a very warm 93-degree day in Maryland. It has been like a year and plus since my last podcast, which was super sad. What is the puppy watching? Is there like a bird? Pudge is outside, just hanging out, being a cutie, being very good. Baby's asleep. I'm going to try to do this and enjoy myself. So, my first finished object is the Boogeyman mini, and this is going to be bundled into the Spooky Sweater collection, which is the Halloween Heart Part 2 and the Boogeyman sweater. Both of those together. And then the coupon code will be Boogeyman. Did I put numbers after that? I don't think I did. I think it's just Boogeyman, no numbers. Capital B, capital M, 20% off. And you get both patterns. Yeah, pretty sure that's it. So, it looks so good on camera. Oh, I'm loving it so much. All right, so we've got, this one I think is Cornflower Blue from Knit Picks Brava Worsted Sport. Knit Picks Brava Sport. I think this one's Cornflower. This one is hand-dyed green. It's the same as down here. This is a dragon from last year's advents of the dragons that I did. What else? This one is a really old pumpkin pasties, like maybe 5-7 years old at this point. This one is Lady Slipper, and it's a new chart that is in the Halloween Heart Spooky Sweater. And I just keep thinking that it would also play really well for Batman, right? It's so cute. I think this one doesn't feel like it's as successful because the eyes are pulled in a certain direction. I'm trying to think. Okay, maybe if I pull it that way. This one looks very successful. This one's doing the right things. So you have the bats. Oh, I love them so much. dice, bats, motif. I just wanted some pink thrown in here, so I did, just after the sleeve split, I did a hot pink from Knit Picks Swish. And then the Oogie chart, which is most of the body, pretty much the whole body if you have a newborn or an 18-month sweater size. This is the third size in, which is 2 to 3T. It's supposed to be about 22 inches on the chest. The background color that I used was worsted, not sport, so I'm hitting closer to 24 inches. Not the end of the world, totally fine, but just so you know, if you're using worsted, you're gonna end up with a slightly larger sweater, and if you're going for that, woohoo. I used the charcoal gray on that one, and it just created this really nice thick squishy base for everything. US 7. This is the star right here. I'm so excited about this. So it does have an adult size that's in testing right now. My adult Oogie Boogie testers are doing a really good job. They're knitting as fast as they can. October 1st deadline, and they're working really hard. So lots of notes. We like adjusted a few things. The adult chart's slightly different, but if you wanted to sub something from the mini into the adult and the numbers matched up, that would be fine. This is also going to come as a cowl. So if you could picture without sleeves, if I could just bloop this on as a cowl, so it would be all spooky and colorful, and then you would have this opening up options if you didn't want to do a whole sweater, you could have a cowl instead. And I'm just really pleased with using a variegated speckle sort of yarn rather than the plain color, because I feel like it gave me the look of a 3-color color work without actually having 3-color color work. How am I doing on time? 2. All right, got about an hour. So yeah, super pleased, absolutely super pleased. This has been blocked. Yes, blocked and in the dryer, so everything's laying as flat as it's probably going to. And I did try this on Ollie like yesterday or so, and I'd really love to get him out to the trail. I want to get him next to a tree, and then I want to Photoshop in the doorway on the tree, like from the movie. But it's currently 95 degrees and it starts out at like 80, and I just can't do that to him because it's just not nice. It's so hot. But for like, I don't know, 4 days last week, it was like 50 in the morning, and I had him in little sweaters up until like 10 or 11. It was so nice, and I just want that again. It's coming. After that, I did have a visit from our mama Reagan, and she went ahead and got Alistair down to the park. So I was able to take some object photos of the Scribbler. This one is basically the pencil sweater. It comes in adult and little sizes. They're bundled, so it's the Scribbler collection. Comes with this pencil chart, a colored pencil chart, and a crayon chart. And then there's another yoke that has like some color work, the pencils, some more color work like motifs, and then the one with like all 3 chunks. So you can kind of just like mix and match. For this, I used Tranquil? I think it's Tranquil for this mint color. It's very bright. Very bright. Yeah, I think it's Tranquil. Tranquil. Canary or Caution. I think it's Canary yellow. Caution's a little bit more orange. Then regular black. The tan, I used some leftover of T-E-E, the dog yarn that I made like 10 years ago. Not 10, but 7. And then Knit Picks Silver, Knit Picks Seashell. from Mighty Stitch. So it's a little bit darker than Coral in Brava. It has more of this like reddish undertone, and I thought that it played really well as an eraser. Now, I do have the charts facing this way as you knit them, but I've had somebody turn it upside down and face it this way, so all their pencils like went around their yoke and it faced out. And I thought that was a really cute idea as well. So I can't really bend it because it's, you know, it's going this way, but if you can get the idea, it was all the pencils faced out along the yoke, and it was really cute. What else? This was US 7. I did a folded brim. I'm thinking what I'd like to do, excuse me, is add a little bit of elastic around the neckline and pull it so that it would go like stretch to go over his neck, and then it would settle back in at this like base tightness, and it wouldn't like run away as much. It's a good breeze going on. I think we're about to get like 5 days of storms, which we desperately need, but it's looking like a storm coming in. I'm so happy with it. I didn't get to block this yet, so it's still a little bubbly. My color work was a little questionable at times, but I am just in love with them. Again, adult sizes, kid sizes, and it also has a hat that goes with it. Oh, so much fun. So those were 2 finished objects that I had. Now, I was co-working on the Hero of Time. This is the mini version, but again, it comes in adult, so if you could just picture a little bit more sweater here, it would work out just fine. And I love it. I think this is grass green, tranquil, and this is a gold. It was golden snitch like 7 years ago, and it's a sock weight, so I'm holding it double, and I think it's working out just fine. Really pretty, if I do say so myself. And I was playing around last week, and I put this on my head when it was just on the cord right above the split, and it kind of looked like a beret, and I'm like, well, now I need to add beret to my like list of things to do because that's so cute. So we'll see if like my brain space can handle beret. But okay, I will say this. If you could see one of my patterns on a beret, what would it be? That might help me narrow things down. I've got some ideas, but I would love to hear yours. So if you could tell me, that'd be great. But yeah, so I'm obsessed with this. I think I might need a sweater of it on my own. And I have a lot of like fairy tale, which is this like maroon, purple, violet color. And I think it would be really cute with like a violet background, the gold Triforce, and maybe like pink and white for the motif. Is that too close to my color palette for the llama sweater? Maybe. What's a complementary color? Gold. And then over from gold would be green, over from gold would be orange. So the motif would be gold, green, orange on purple. Think about that. I don't have as much green. What I'm desperately trying to do is work through my stash. I do have these stink bugs. They are just relentless today. Got one on my ankle, and I swear my ankle smells terrible now. I forgot what I was saying. I'm trying to work through my stash. I have like these big cubbies upstairs that are just filled with beautiful yarns, and I really want to get through them. And Alistair's a very willing participant when I make him sweaters, so I love that. This is the 2 to 3 size. I got a sleeve, so I'm going to be working on this tonight. I think that's about everything. I'm just doing a magic loop on one sleeve. Really loving this. Time Force beret. What? Triforce beret. Can't get it out of my head. It was just so cute. And I have I have like a coat, and the coat is based off of Anna's coat from Frozen 2. So it's that purple and it has black leather sleeves. And I'm like, it's a cloak coat. So it would be cute with a beret, I think. And now I'm just trying to think of what color beret I would put with it. And I think maybe that fairy tale would be a color I could do. I have my first class tonight for school. And I've tried to prep by like downloading materials, but I am mentally drowning. So I'm knitting a lot of stress into these sweaters, but at least at the end of it, it isn't like a scroll hole where I normally don't feel better. When I put this down, I'm like, oh, I got something done, and it's gonna be so cute on my son, and da-da-da-da. So the knitting's been better than the scroll holes for me mentally recently. Though I do have to take breaks because I notice my thumb starts doing weird things, like right in there. I don't like that. So yesterday, when I showed this off, I had not split for the sleeves. I finished the color work and split for the sleeves yesterday evening. Yes, okay. Trying to get all the tassels and tails out of the way so you can see it. Ta-da. So this is a already published pattern. It's the What's This sweater. I had split after the skeleton charts. I feel like this depth is perfect for the 2 to 3 size. It's probably a little bit long for 18 to 24 months. You're gonna end up with a longer armpit, and it's almost too big for the baby sizes. So these are 16. If your underside was divisible by 16, then you could drop this down and put a shorter chart in here, like snowflakes. That might be something that I could actually just like illustrate. It's a C word. Authorize the wrong one. Curate. That's something that I could curate to help if anyone needed help making that a reality. I have hair on me. Making that a reality. I am really loving this. I did miss one stitch here, so I'll do a little duplicate stitch to make sure that that is white. It is supposed to be. And so far, everything, you know, red. It's reading really well. I love the little 3/4 turn. I love his little face. So fun. I have the holly at the top. I have holly at the bottom. I did them in 2 different styles because I'm playing around with adding another chart. So I have it here, and then the V is in. But, you know, like when yarn moves, it doesn't really look like they're attached. So this time I tried to put it directly underneath to see if it looked more attached. And can't really, I think I like this one more, just in general. I think it looks less uniform. I won't take it out because it won't bother Alistair. So now I have a bachelorette weekend coming up, so I'm going to knit the body and the sleeves during the bachelorette. It's all stockinette, so it should be fine to carry around and do. I'm hoping to vlog a little bit. Hoping to get some posts made up. The Google ads basically said you're not doing enough and you're gonna lose your spot if you don't do something soon. So anyone who is watching this, thank you. Thank you. Even if you skip the ad, it should count, I think. But being unemployed is hard. So I just keep making more sweaters, hoping to bring some joy out there. It comes in adult, it comes in kids, it should come in dogs. I can make a dog one if you guys wanted. I will be drowning in schoolwork soon. Oh, I'm so happy though. And then, you know what? While I'm sitting here, I'm gonna put that one away. I think. No, I'll knit on this one. While I'm sitting here, I'll knit a little bit, and then I will get back to Alistair's video stream. I just do not want to. I don't want to miss him, but I also don't want to lose all of my audio again. That was so bad. I'm so excited. October and September are quite busy. Medically, I started a new, is this opening? No. I started a new medication called Kesimpta, and so it's a self-injector, which looks like a marker, basically, that you click on yourself. And I freaked out on Friday. My husband had to do it for me, but it wasn't as painful as I thought it was going to be, so I think next time I could do it. I have to do one every week for 3 weeks, 1 week off, 4th week on, and then it's monthly from there. Which is still more often than I had to think about being sick with every 6 months on Ocrevus. And I mean, I'm not thrilled about having to be reminded that I'm sick every month, but it's supposed to keep any sort of relapses or remitting. Nope, that's not the word I want. Relapses or symptoms at bay, which would be great. So I have that going on. I start school tonight. Same teachers last year, so I'm kind of happy that I understand what might be asked of me. One is a thesis class, which means I'm going to be working on my thesis. I think Gypsy sees a fly. And she's like watching it like crazy. So I'll be working on my thesis, and then the other one is matte painting for 3D objects. So each week for a couple of weeks, we're going to be texturing something. Like, I think the first one's a banana, and the next one is a barrel, and the third one is a rhino, and it just keeps going. And there's like extra assignments for grads because you didn't have enough to do. So trying not to freak out, trying to prep myself so that I can quickly turn around projects. We are taking a work trip / vacation to Chicago for a week. And I'm gonna kind of get to see some friends while we're out there. And I'm really excited, but it's traveling with a toddler. It's traveling on a plane with a toddler. If anyone has traveled on a plane with their toddler, I'd love to hear your story below. I've been reading everything like Travel Parents Academy and all this stuff on Instagram, just trying to think of all the ideas for having a toddler on my lap for like an hour and a half plus airport. And like, the more I think about it, I think I want the stroller, blah, 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 blah. So, there is that. What else is going on? Mom is working on rehabbing her knee. She had knee surgery, but then she fell. So she had been doing very painfully for a while, and I think she's kind of coming up over it, which is good. I'm happy about that. But it's just like, you know, more that you're worrying about. It's just this like thinking of everything type of mental weight. I've missed podcasting. And I was very disappointed that I did a whole podcast yesterday and then it was gone. And I was so excited, and people were so excited, which was so sweet. I did get your questions when I asked, like, what would you want me to talk about? And a lot of people were like, anything, which was just really sweet. But some said about school, some said about the MS, new mom challenges, designing, sweaters. So my thought is to kind of pick a topic and see if I can talk a few minutes on it and add it into a really basic vlog style. And I'll be vlogging a little bit over the trip up to Bachelorette weekend this weekend. I'm so excited. I get to see my friends, but I'm gonna miss Alistair so much, so it's kind of like this just but coming home with a cute new sweater for him would be really fun. And I'm gonna get to eat some places that I haven't gotten to before. I think we're gonna try out this like potions bar. So it's just like, it's just gonna be so much fun. A lot of ums. I've been out of practice. Less tired than yesterday. Alistair is fighting a cold, so he is more snuffly than I've ever seen him. And it's just been a lot of like warm baths and liquids and fluids and just trying to clear things. But he wakes up in the middle of the night and he just wants to be held. And I don't know if that's 20-month regression or not feeling well or what, but it's definitely hard on my husband and I, because like, you know, we're trying to sleep and we didn't go to bed early enough, of course, because you're trying to jam all of your time together in like 3 hours before bed. End of the season has come, so our pool is just closed, but I do have 2 small outdoor pools, just like wading pools. And I know Alistair really likes being in the water, so I've been trying to take him out when it's not too hot in the morning and letting him have some time out there, which has been good. My hair's blonde, which is weird because it was kind of this color in the last podcast, so you probably think I look the same, but I've had a journey. I've had a hair journey since then. I have been getting better with my natural curls, though this is not my natural curl. This is a curler, and I'm just playing with it because it's really fun. I just put them in the morning. I wake up and I put them in and I let them stay in until about lunch now, and then I will wear them now for lunch. And then by the end of the night, the curls are gone, start over again the next day, because I have nothing but water to hold it, so it's gonna fall just fine. Oh, these stink bugs mock me. It's like crawling right behind my phone. I have my phone stuck to the wall, not the wall, the window, the big window downstairs. I figured it would just be enough natural light and I could use it like a big box. I thought I heard a thump. Oh, I don't like that. Last time I talked about this owl that I had knitted, but I put it back in the cage, so I won't worry about grabbing that again today. I will just, I'll just talk on what I can. Yeah, it's been a wild year for sure, and school's been a lot, and designing kind of came with droughts because I'd be so creatively tapped from school that I just had no joy in knitting. And my mojo finally came back, but so late in the summer, which is kind of like pre-fall, I guess it came back, and I was like, great, but now I start school in 7 days, so this was not great timing. And there's just been a lot of baby sweater knitting. The July popsicle sweater that I made kind of kicked off a little bit of creative juices, and I loved that baby blue color on him. I had been kind of hemming and hawing on where to use it, because it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't like fitting in any of the projects. And then once I saw it with the popsicles, it was perfect. So I've been loving that, and yeah, so I hope you've all been well, and I'm very happy to be back in the very small capacities that I am. Vlogs might be more manageable than full podcasts, just kind of videoing what's in my hands at that time, and not having to talk on it, because as you can see, I have like word vomit and I have no idea what I'm going to say to you. Gigi is barking. I don't know why she's barking. I think the air conditioner kicked on. Yeah, okay. So, I'm gonna pause there. It's coming out so cute. There it is. Got a little bit of, I think it's gonna fit him really, really well this season and hopefully next. Oh yes, so happy. I might hear thunder. Well. And then, I'm not sure what the next one's gonna be. I think the beret, and I've been working on, so the Oogie Boogie comes with like charts that go like 20 across the chest for kids, which narrows down the amount of sizes that I'm logistically able to have. So they start out smaller, but they're gonna end up at the same size, if that makes sense. And my tech editor, Luke, from Wool Enthusiast, has been fantastic trying to help me solve these math problems, which is great. But if I can get that sorted, then I have such good ideas for retroactively using charts that we already have in the shop, and providing the template and lineup and suggestions of how to make the sweater work with those charts. I just think it could be so cool if it works, but math is math and not my favorite, and kind of hard to, yeah, it's very windy, very weird. Very hard to like jump in 20s for kids. You get in and out of their sizes so fast with a block of like 4 inches basically. So yeah, thank you for your patience and your chilling. I swear that's thunder. I'm gonna go pull the puppy in. It's been wonderful. I have missed you all dearly. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope to be back and get my face on the camera like this again soon. Please comment down below and just give the video a little bit of traction to let Google know that I'm not dead and I'm not over, I'm just overwhelmed. Thanks. So, reminding you to take it 1 cup at a time, no matter how large that cup may be, and I will see you soon.